Hey, good morning. Thanks for stopping by Coach Kirk's tennis channel. You may wonder why I put the grip up in front of the camera. The AI software on this system is, as things age, they get a little slower, including tennis players. Update, car crash, foot problems, a couple obstacles trying to slow me down from my mission. Not going to happen. Ooh. When the old feetsies hurt, it makes you want to go play pickleball. Not. Sorry. I actually played pickleball a lot in 1981 in the Pacific Northwest. That's where it was born. I was early on that too. I was early on some technology, building apps for the military. That was my second career, in case you guys didn't know. My first career was tennis. My second career was technology. And I was lucky. I got started at the dawn of the internet. I didn't hit the big fortune, but I did all right. Okay, this software's got to keep up. I'm not moving that fast. Now it's tracking a squirrel. Come on. Stay with me here, camera. Baby needs a little refresh upgrade too. It's been on the tour for a couple of years now. I bought that package a couple of years ago. When it first came out, it was, the darling technology. One thing I've done over the years is I evaluate technology, then I promote it. I evaluate it first. Like, I haven't been promoting this technology because it's expensive and it's kind of clever and it kind of works, but it's not like it was when it was new. Well, in electronics and technology, computers, as heat comes into the factor, inflammation in the computer makes it slow down. Well, inflammation in the heel makes the tennis player slow down. So I can empathize. I've been living in the metaverse pretty early, people. Isn't that funny? It's true. The problem with the computer, though, as fascinating as it is, and the internet and all the interweb, right? I was on a T1 line, just to give you a little background. When I set my rackets down, I got on a T1 line at the University of San Francisco in 1994. Okay, so we were zipping around the internet at lightning speed, faster than we zip around today. I thought that's how the internet was. That was my exposure. I was lucky. I got exposed to it in an incredible way, early and broad and deep. And so I got enthralled and I went after technology like I did tennis. That was my, I was ready to kind of hang up the rackets after putting a lot into it, and I loved it, but I was getting a little uninspired, I guess. And, you give lessons to folks and then it gets to be a little routine. And, probably both sides can easily start to devalue the urgency of the time of the appointment and whatnot. And I certainly was guilty of that, and I've had clients be guilty of that, and it's kind of both ways. But I give a lot of energy into my lessons, and I pour my blood, sweat, and literally blood and sweat and passion into this. And, it's an interesting time right now. It's fall. A little decay and time for some pruning of things to go away, and then tighten the circle, tighten the sweet spot, like getting a restring and regrip. Get a regrip on your racket, man. Anyway, sorry to wander off into the woods there about some things, but got a couple of things on my mind after surviving what could have been rather devastating accident on the Don Holt Bridge last week. Some young kid was doing what I probably did when I was his age, and he was driving without understanding anything about physics. On a narrow bridge, people, slow that down, okay? Anticipate bottlenecks. Don't try to be the next NASCAR driver and shoot the pocket and draft me to get around me, to find a lane to shoot in front of me to get one car length ahead. That is just like I'm sorry, it's a complete stupidity, right? And then people come to the rescue of little Johnny, who's traumatized by it because he doesn't know how to be accountable to the whole situation, because mom and dad are coddling him and they're too busy to parent him and say, look, you know what, you're getting a privilege to drive this car around as a youth. It weighs a couple of tons. There's some physics involved. There's break time included. There's just a host of things you need to understand because life is delicate, right? And when people start devaluing time in life, it's frustrating. But that's all right. I'm not going to let anything bug me too much on that. It is what it is. It's how society is a little bit. Not everywhere. And so you tighten your circle and you hang with your tribe of people that appreciate, you know, that this is a shared passion. And we want to go forth together. It's all good. Just firms up my resolve. I'm a little edgy because one of the things that happens in our sport, our beautiful sport, is you repeat movements. And that can become routine as well. You repeat movements, and so the sockets and tendons and joints and ligaments and muscles and all the fascia starts to get a little worn out. And you're like, a little achy today. I think I'll go play an easier sport. I'm sorry, I'm making a couple of pickleball digs. Here's what I love about pickleball. If you are unable to enjoy activities, you're now getting activity you otherwise wouldn't get. So that is a beautiful thing, because as people get healthier, their spines will get stronger. And we need people's spines to get stronger. Man, I miss those days of some badass, pardon me, I hope I didn't violate any laws, but when people had a spine and people weren't offended by people that had a spine. You know, you need some rigidity, not in closed-mindedness, right? But some people's minds are so open, they need to be closed down for repair. And I guess I'm on a rant just in society in general. Look, I'm just reflecting a little bit because, you know, I took a couple of body blows and it's all good. And I'm glad I was raised in a time when, you know, not a lot of praise was given out, but more critique. And not as much coddling, because life is a little sometimes tough and you got to be ready to deal with some toughness. So it's all good. This is a good time for my life to be strong and get past some setbacks, you know, but it's already feeling better. See, I just needed a vent. Thank you for listening to my channel. It's not all rainbows and unicorns. Dr. Lucky, man, I want to say thank you to Dr. Lucky. He is doing some magic medical therapy on me to help me optimize my health and get to recovery and back to full steam. One of the cool things about playing this sport and committing to it is there's so many layers. There's so many layers, and one of the things that happens is you become much more aware of your body and your health. As you try to get better, you know that ultimately it's looking in the mirror and recognizing, am I better? Right? And it's easy to kind of sit back and get complacent. That's what's great about playing tournaments. When you play a tournament, people invest extra time and extra money. Tennis can be very affordable. It can be very expensive. But to me, it's worth any investment because it's so, so good for your life in so many ways. I can't even just begin to unpack how incredible it is in my life. So anyway, hey, I know I'm diverging a little bit, but your health is so, that's your wealth. If you're not healthy, if I wasn't healthy, I wouldn't have done very well on that accident on the bridge. Somebody else, I think, would have panicked who is not coordinated and you know, dealing with balls that are coming at them fast, and you can manage that, right? So one of the things that happened in this accident is I got clumsy for a few days. I lost some coordination, and that was disturbing because I was dropping my keys, fumbling. So I think my nerves were just shot. And it takes a while to let your body calm down and not hit the panic button. You know, the insurance companies want you to go through this routine